And hello there, everybody, to Rusty's Late Night Sudoku stream, where we play Sudoku puzzles that I should have done earlier. All right. In this case, I'm doing two puzzles today. Not because I normally do two puzzles on a Thursday, or for a Thursday puzzle, but because I completely appear to have dropped the ball on getting even a puzzle posted on Christmas Eve. So we're doing that puzzle first. I then have another puzzle for Christmas Day that we'll do, and we'll see how that goes. That's not any, that's 3. Let's check to see if this solves, or can be solved. It says it can. I'm going to give you about another 15, well, another 10 seconds to get a screenshot. Maybe see if you can solve it. Maybe not in that 15 seconds, or 20 seconds, but let's get you the chance to try to solve it first. So I know that one of those two is going to be a 7, one of those two, these two, one of these two are going to be a 1. 2 possibilities down here and 5 up here. And let's see. Here I've got 3 possibilities, and I also have 3 up here. So we'll skip that. Let's look at 2s. I don't have any 2s on the board. So how about 3s? We got 3 in the middle row, and we end up filling a 3 there, which means that's a 7. And I end up with a 3 here. So one of these 2 is a 3. And we're done there. I've got a 3 going in here. So we're now down to this one being a 3. And is that all of them? Oh, yep, that's up. So now we go into 4s. And neither of these can be a 4 because of this one. Means one of these 2 is a 4. That means that up here, that's a 4. Over here, we get 2 possibilities. We also get, looks like 3 possibilities here. 3 possibilities, nope, 2 possibilities here. These 2. One of these 2 down here, not 6s. And let's see, over here, like I said, we've got 3 possibilities. All right, how about 5s? Now we've got a 5 here and a 5 here. That means we get a 5 here, not a 6, 5, so that becomes a 1. One of these 2 is going to be a 5. And let's see. 4 possibilities there, 4 possibilities there, 4 possibilities there, and 2 possibilities here. All right, let's move on to 6s. I've got 3 possibilities for 6 here. 4 possibilities here. One of these 2 will be a 6. Over here, I've got 3 possibilities. I've got 5 possibilities there. Okay, 2 possibilities here. And that looks like about all I can do at this point with 6s. Let's check 7s. One of these 2 will be a 7. Obviously, we've got those 2. One of these 2 will be a 7. One of these 2 will be a 7. One of these 2 we've already marked. Okay, how about 8s? An 8 here. These 2 are blocked. These 2 will be an 8. This one doesn't really change much of it here, but this one kind of blocks these 2. Over here, we've got 3 possibilities for an 8. Got 4 possibilities here. 2 possibilities for an 8. We get to solve an 8 here. Means we've got 2 possibilities for an 8 here. And let's see. Yep. Too many possibilities here and here. All right, how about 9s? Got a 9 here. This blocks these 2. This one blocks these 2, and that leaves 3 possibilities for a 9 here. Down here, we've got a 9 here, and can't put one here. We can put one here, though. That gets us a 9. That also gets us this 4. And over here, we end up with a 2. Get to fill a 4 in here. Since we've got a 9 up here, one of these 2 will be a 9. Do we get anything else here? Well, we know this can't be a 1, but I've got 3 possibilities for a 1 there yet. All right. 2s. We got 4 possibilities for 4 possibilities for a 2, 3, 4. 4 possibilities for a 5. 2 possibilities for a 6. 7 and 8 are here. This can't be anything. Well, this can be a 1 along with the other 3. So that's about all I can do at this point with this. Can't be a 9. Got those marked already. Look here, we've got a pair of possibles for a 1, but 2 looks like all 4 of these can be a 2. A 3 and a 4. Let's see. 2 possibilities for a 5 that are marked. 6s. Looks like I've got 3 possibilities for a 6 here. 7. 2 possibilities for an 8. 9. So nothing more I can do there yet. We got a 1. 4 possibilities for a 2. A 3. 2 possibilities for a 4. 2 for a 5. Right. That means that neither of these can be a 2. So one of these 2 will be a 2. One of these 2 will be a 2. That means over here we've got the remaining number, which appears to be a 9. That's not going to be a 9, so that's a 9, that's a 6. And the whole column there is filled. We got 1s going in. Nope, we got a 1 here. 2s here. 3, 4, 5 there. 6 there and there. 7s, 8s, and 9s there and there. That's going to be a 7. That's going to be a 7. Got one of these 2 will be a 1, and one of them will be a 2. Don't have any further clues on that one. Over here, we've got these 2 are going to be a 1 now. And no help on 2s here. Got a total of 4 or 5, 6 possibilities. 3 is given. 4 is going to be one of these 2. 5 is given. So we get, let's see. Looks like 5 possibilities for a 6. Get a 7 that's given. 4 possibilities for an 8. And 2 possibilities for a 9. All right. What about down here? We got the 1. And everything's currently open for 2s. 3. Let's see. 3 possibilities for a 4. 4 possibilities for a 5. 4 possibilities for a 6. 2 possibilities are remarked for a 7. And 4 possibilities for an 8. Maybe we get some magic in here. So, got a 1 already. And nope, no help for 2s. I got 6 possibilities. 3 and 4 are givens. 4 possibilities for a 5. 3 possibilities for a 6. 2 for a 7 that are marked. 2 for an 8 that are marked. And 2 possibilities for a 9. It might be enough to solve things, but I think I'm going to have to do a flood fill to catch everything now. So we got 1s in here. 2s were the bugaboo. 3. And pair 4s. 5. We get 5 6s. 7. 4 8s. And 2 9s that are marked. All right. This one's finished. We're full. This one's full. This one's full. Over here we get 1 is given. 2 is going to be one of, not an 8. One of these 6. Cells there. 3 and 4 are given. We've got a 5 up here blocking these 2 cells, but wide open on the others. 6, same deal, except we also have another 6 over here, so we get 3 6s. We got 2 7s, 2 8s, and 2 9s. All right. Over here we've got 1 given. Looks like everything's open for 2s, not 5s. So 6 possibilities for 2. Get a 3 given. Looks like I've got 3 possibilities for 4. 4 possibilities for a 5. 4 possibilities for a 6. And 2 possibilities for a 7. U as in 4. Oh, nope, these 2 are not 7s. These 2 were 7s. All right. 8's all I've got left, and I've got 4 possibilities for that I see. All right, 2 squares left. We've got 3 possibilities for a 1, 4 possibilities for a 2, 3 and 4 given, 3 possibilities for a 5, 2 for a 6 that are given already, 7, 8, and now 2 spots for a 9, which are filled in. So we come down here and we say, okay, there are 2 possibilities for a 1, 4 for 2, a 3 is already on here, so is a 4, A couple of possibilities for 5 already marked. 6s. It looks like I've got 3 possibilities for 6. A 7 is already provided. 2 possibilities for an 8 and a 9 here. And now let's see if we can clean up any of this. So what I'm kind of looking for here is if, as an example, we've got this 1 6 that I've got highlighted. At the top, we've got a 1 2. If I could find a 2 6, where I take that 2 and that 6, and it just happens to be just those 2 in one of these squares, that would be great. Not what I'm finding, though. At least not there. Going through the rest of these as well. We've got something like that here, 1 8 2 1 2 and 8 2. Unfortunately, that's everything that's open on the board, or on the row anyways, so that doesn't help me. Okay, I am rapidly closing in on having to do what I call punting. So let's run through that real quick, or as much as we can. Get a 2 here, 6 here, 5, 1, 8 here, 9, 6, 2 here. Keep the 1 5 pair. Here we get a 1, which means I now get to clean this 1 5 pair up here. That becomes a 5 out of 1. I've got a 2 here, out of 3, 2. Actually, let's back that out properly. Now I can do that. 2, 5, 9, 7, 2 there, 8, 6, and 8 here. This becomes a 7, and that leaves us with a hole over here. So either I didn't mark everything properly over here, or where I started is not quite correct. So instead of an 8, or instead of a 2 here, let's drop in an 8. And we'll see if that gets us anywhere. We end up with a 1 6, 2 6, 2 5 6, 1 2 5. That's not helping me as much as I'd like. Okay, so let's try a different. Yeah, let's try a different pair over here. Let's see if we get anything with this 8 2. So with a 2 there and an 8 here, that gets me a 1 here, 2 up here, 8 here. Doesn't help me down there yet. 9 6 9 6 makes this a 1. Anything elsewhere? I think we might have gotten something elsewhere, but not so far as I can see yet. Oh, there's one. We'll get a 1 here, and that gets me a 6 here as well. 5 and 1 here. And now I've got a 9 2 pair, which means this is a 5, this is an 8. 2, 6 pair here. Seven two 792 868 6. All right, 4 2 pair here and here means this can't be a 2, that can't be a 2, that can't be a 2. That means this one gets to be an 8. I got a 7 9 9 5 7 5 triplet there to go with 4 2 triplet or 4 2 pair. 4 2 4 2 means this is a 6, a 2, a 4, and a 9. And we end up cleaning up this square with a 6 here and a 9. Let's see. Anything else? 2 pair there. So not a 2 here or here. So we get a 7, 6, and 5. That gives me a 7 and a 5 here. 2 here. Hole here. So we're going back to that 8 2 pair. And flip the options there. So now we've got an 8 up here and a 2 here. See if that gives me anything useful. That does not appear to have helped me much. Let's undo those. And let's work with the 9 6 pair. 6 at the top, 9 below. 2 1 2, so we get a 9 here. And let's see. Okay, that's not giving me the help I was looking for either. So let's reverse those. See if that gets me any further. One of the things I have learned is that just because you don't get something immediately out of a set doesn't mean you're not going to get something out of it. Just that it might take a little bit more work. All right, got a standalone 4 in the square. 8 2 6 2 1 2 6 1 2 8. That 8 2 goes with this one over here. And that's a triplet. That's a triplet. And it's expected or functional triplets. But 7, no, I was going to say the 7 2 7 2 makes this a 9, but that's not quite where we're at. Okay. Ah, 6 2 6 2 means this has to be a 7, 4, and an 8 here. And 8 2 5 6 2 8 5 6 2 5 6 2 1 6 means this is going to be a 1. That makes this into a 6. And let's see, anything else we can get up? 6 2 5 6 2 5 2 6 2 6 2. Oh, hey, we get this 5 over here. 7 2 and 4. That gets me a 2 here and a 7 here. 6 here. 9 5 8 and 6. 2, 5, 1, 9, 1, 2, 6, 1, 8, 2 pair there, 5, 8, 2 pair here, and a hole here. All right, so that 9, 6, is it 9, 6 or the 7, 5? Started with there. 7, 5. Nope. 9, 6. And that was the second pass at that, so let's try down here with a 4 and a 2. Next one of these two, 3, a 2. Okay. This becomes a 4. We end up with a 4 over here. That's 4. Well, we've got ones here, but since there isn't a 1 in these three, it's going to have to be this one down here, so 6 there. And that 6 doesn't help me as much as I'd like. And let's see what we can do. One of these two is going to be a 1. One of these two is a 1, and one of them's a 2. 5, 2, 5, 2, 6, 6, 2. 7, 9, 7, 2, 9, 2, 5, 2, 5, 9, 2, 1, 2, 5, 9, 5, 2, 1, 2, 5. At the top. Okay, that's not helping me much. So let's go over to here, 5 and 7. I'm thinking I might have done these already, but if not, that leaves, this is a 7, this is a 7, 6, 2, 6, 2. 9, 2, 9, 2. 6, 2, 6, 1, 1, 5, 9, 2, 2, 5, 9, 6. Still have that fundamental problem with a 1 there. Turn that into a 6. Got a pair of possible 1s there and up here. Let's see. That becomes a 2. That becomes a 1, 2 there. And did that help me anywhere else? Now we get a 9, 2 here. 5, 1, 8, 6 here. 9, 5 here. That gets me an 8 and a 5 here. And let's see. Gets me a 6 and a 2 here. 4, 2 there. 4, 8 here. All right. And I've got a hole down here as well as the hole here. All right. So try flipping a 5, 7. See where that gets us. 7 here, 5 here. And let's see. And I'm still looking at that. 1 here, 6 here. And Singleton 7 here. Six two 6 2 makes this into an 8. This into a 9. This into a 4. And that turns this into a 6 9 here. 1 2 1 2. No surprise there. 8 6 2 8 6 2 8 2. 2 1 2 8 2 1 2. 6 6 2. Oh, 2 here. 5 9. Okay. 9 7 9 2 8 6 4 2 8 6 2 6 2 5 4 here, 2 down here, 1 5 2 here, 6 5 here, 2 and 1 here, 8 2, and 6 8 1 here. What am I? Got a 1 2. Should be a 2. I've got a 2 block down below. And we got 2 possibilities for a 2 here. So the other one I'm missing here is a 6. Hmm. 2 is valid here, but that's not going to work, is it? All right. I've gone through most of the machinations I can try. I do know that I can fix one possibility here. Since there's no 1 there, or here, that's going to be a 1. That's going to be a 6. And that leaves me with a solution that hasn't worked yet. So I'm going to restart this puzzle from the top. We're losing 32 minutes on it, but I'm going to flood fill from the very beginning. So I get a 1 here. That means one of these two is a 1. This and these two. These 3 is a 1. Here I've got 5 possibilities. 2 possibilities for a 1 there. 2. No help with 2s. Everything can be a 2, so we're just going to mark everything as possibly being a 2. It'd be nice if I could select a whole field entire square or a range of cells and say, yeah, these are all 2s. Maybe that'll come out from one of the updates. As it is, we just go through manually one at a time and trip them all. Okay, 3s. Well, that's going to be a 3. That makes this into a 3. Supposed to be all right. Ouch. And then each of these is potentially a 2 as well. Each of these is potentially a 2. Each of these is potentially a 2. All right. We're working on 3s, though. One of these 2 is a 3. And this one's a 3, so that drops it to this one being a 3. And we are done with 3s. All right, 4s. 4 here. That means one of these 2 is a 4. I've got 4 possibilities here. 3 possibilities here. 3 possibilities here. 2 possibilities here, which means there's only 2 possibilities here as well. Down here, we've got, nope, 2 possibilities. Since this can't be a 4, that makes this into a 4. All right, 5s. 2 possibilities, nope, a 5 here. One of these 2 will be a 5. Here I've got 4 possible places for a 5. 4 possible places here. And 2 possible places here. 4 possibilities here. That's it for 5s. 6s. Get a 6 here. That means all 5 of these have the possibility of being a 6. 4 or 3 of these get the possibility of being a 6. Not that one. Like 4 possibilities here. 3 possibilities there. 3 there. A host of them here. Those 2 can't be. So it's like 4 possibilities here. And everything else is covered, it looks like. One of these 2 will be a 7. One of these 5 will be a 7. Let's see, I've got 2 possible 7s here. Can't be a 7, so one of these 2 is a 7. Makes this a 7. Got 4 possibilities there. There's going to be 4 possibilities here. All right, on to 8s. one of these 3 is an 8. I've got 2 possibilities here. That leaves 2 possibilities over here. Here I've got 4 possibilities. Four possibilities for an 8 here, and we've already taken care of this one. So now we are down to 9s. 9 here and here gives me 2 possibilities here. 9 there, and up here says one of these 3 is a 9. One of these 2, 3 is a 9 here. I've got 3 possibilities for a 9 here. Nope, 5 possibilities. No, 4 possibilities. Down here, we've got 2 possibilities. And I've got 4 possibilities here for a 9. All right, we have an 8-9 pair here. So not a 2, neither 4 or 2 there. That gives me a 2 and a 4 here. That gets me a 6 here. 9, 1, 8, 8 down here, 1 here. Gives me a 9 here. 1, 6, 1, 6. That looks familiar. But no 1s up here, so let's take that as a 1, and this becomes a 6. All right. So one of these 2 is a 5. These 2 is an 8. 7, 4, 2. There. 7, 2. Okay. That means that this cannot be 7 or 2. That can't be a 2. So I've got a 9, 6 pair here now. 7, 2 stray. 7, 5, 2. It's 5s and 8s here. 7, 9, 2. 5, 2, 5, 6, 2. 5, 2, 5, 2. So these cannot be 2s. Because they have to be one of these 2. So that's a 7, 9, 5. Oh. Okay, we are backing out of all of that. Let's check. Is this just 5 and 2? So I get a 1, 3, 4, 6. One of these 2 is a 7, 8, and 9. So this is valid for 1, 5, or for 5, 2. But here, get the 1 again. Nothing blocking 2s. 3, 4, 6, 7. Nothing blocking an 8 here. Or here. Here we've got 8s blocked. Okay. So I can't use that 5, 2 to clean up 2s, can I? All right. Eight, 2, 6, 2. Only 4 here. Let's see. Do we get anything else out of that? get 2s in every cell in this column. Get a 3 here, so, I get a 3 down here, and a 3 here. So 3s are taken care of. 4s. Neither of these can be a 4, nor that one. So I have 2 possibilities for a 4 there, 3 possibilities here. Okay. 5s. Got one there. All of those have possibilities, so do those two. All right, 6s. Got a 6 there, there, and there. 7. One of those two is going to be a 7. How about 8s? Got one there, one there. Okay. 9s. 9s are going to have to be in one of these two. Okay. And here we've got 1, 2, 5, 2, 1, 5, 2. So neither 5 nor 2 here. That makes this one into a 6. This one into an 8. All right. There. That's the first one that I remember seeing before that I was able to carry through with. Okay. And down to the 3 there. 6, 2, 8, 2. Well, let's give this a try. 6 and 9. That means a 9 here. One of these 3 will be a 6. It will be a 7. Oh, 8. Oh. Oh, one of these 2 is a 7, and I've got 4 possibilities here. 3 possibilities here with one of these 2 being 7. Right. I'm going to go with this one being an 8. Why? Because I've got a 7, 2 here, 7, 2 here. 7, 2, 8 here. If I took 7 here, these two both become 2, and neither, I mean, then I have to go over, now, whatever. I pick a 2 here, again, we lose both of these 2s. That makes this 7 and 8 here. Go with an 8, see where that leads me. 7, 2, 7, 2, 1, and 8 here. 7 here. That makes a 2 here, 1 here. Down here, we end up with a 5 and a 1. 9, 2, 9, 2 makes this an 8 and a 5. 6, 2, 6, 2. 4, 2, 4, 2 makes this a 6. 2 and 4 here. 2 and 6 here. 6, 5, 7. And we end up with a pair of 2s there. And a pair of 4 2s. That's not going to work. Only got one other place in that square for an 8. So let's go with it. 8. Okay, so that gives me 7, 2, 7, 2, 7, 2 there. So not a 2 in here. Also not a 1, but that doesn't help me much. But with a 1, 2, 1, 2, these 2 can't be 2s. Actually, none of these 3 can be a 2. Anything else? That makes this one into a 6. I don't have a 6 anywhere else in the column. 8 and 4. That means this one gets to be an 8 and an 8 here. Or 5 here. 4 here because the 1, 2 up here. 6, 2, 6, 2, 5 here. 1, 2, 1, 2 at the top. Nothing else affected by it. And that doesn't change. We've got 3, 7, 2 pairs. So that's not going to work. All right, let's flip these. That was a 6 to begin with. Let's try it as a 9. 6 here gives me a 9 here. All right, 6, 2, 6, 2 makes this an 8. Makes this a 7, this a 4. 8, 2, 8, 4, 2, 7, 2, 7, 8, 2. Nothing useful there. 5, 2, 5, 2 makes this into a 6. 7, 2, 7, 2 makes this into a 5. 8, 2, 8, 2 says this can't be a 2. Neither can this, neither can this, neither can this. That makes that a 5 and a 2 up here with a 5 here. 9 here. 7, 2. 7, 4. 2 here. Gives me a 5 and a 6 here. Up here we end up with a 2, an 8, 4, 1, and 6. 1 here, 2 here. 8 and 7. 7 and 2. 8 and 2 here. 9, 1, 5, and 2 here to finish in 53 minutes. And 40 seconds. Wow. Much longer than I was expecting. Let me get that noted. $53.40. All right. And let's play again. Because you never know. This next medium puzzle, and these are both mediums, these are not the hard category, might be even more difficult. Or maybe less. We'll see. We're doing puzzle number R514 today. And 4, 5, 1, 9, 4, 7, 3, 9, 1, 4, 9, 6, 1, 3, 3, not 2, 7, 7, 9, 6, 4, 3, 1, 4, 9, 8, 2, 2, 5, 3. All right, let's check to see if that's solvable. It says it is. So again, we'll give you about 20 seconds to grab a screenshot, get started. You got further or got through faster than I did on the last one. Maybe you'll do this one faster as well. Got 5 more seconds. And there we go. All right. Down over here, we get this one being a 4. One of these two will be a 4. We'll see if we can find that in a moment here. One of these two will be a 4. And this is a 4. So we're not going to find those two at the bottom yet. I believe I saw something else, though. Let's see. Well, one of these two is going to be a 6, not a 5, not a 4. One of these two will be a 6. And let's see. Got a 9 there. One of these two is going to be a 9. It's not going to be that one. So we get a 9. There's 6 there. One of these two will be a 9. Over here, we got one of these two becoming a 9. This one can't be a 9, so one of these two will be. Means this one is not. That one is. Let's see. Down here, we've got one of these two will be 1. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. One of these two will be 7. One of these two will be 8. But that's not going to be a 7, so that's going to be 1, 8, and 7. One of these two now will be a 7. Got a 1 here. This is going to be a 2. One of these two now will be a 3. It's going to be actually not 9. It's going to be a 3. That means one of these two will be a 3. I'll come back for the rest of them. And let's see, we get a 4. This one will be a 5 up here. And that means one of these two will be an 8. Don't know which yet. All right. But it does mean we get to fill this one. This is now going to be a 7. And we can drop in the other two over here. We've got one's going down, one's going in here. That's not a 1, so we get a 6 and a 1 here. And then 2's, we got the pair of 3's already marked. One of these 2 is also going to be a 5. It's going to be that one, so that's a 3. That means this one down here is going to be a 5. And one of these 2 is going to be a 3. Let's see. One of these 2 is going to be a 1. And let's go with 3, not 2. For those 2. That doesn't mean it can't be a 2, but I've got 4 possibilities there at the moment, so we're going to hold off on that. 4 or 5 given here. 4 possibilities for a 6. We've got 2 possibilities now for a 7. And 8's going to be one of those 2 as well. Can't narrow the 8's down far enough down there. We got a 9 here. Let's see if we can do anything with in here. We get a 1. How about 2's? We'll get 2 blocking that one, but I still see 4 possibilities there. 3 possibilities for 3. Down here we've got 2 though. This one and this one. Speaking of, we'll drop in a 1 here. Fixes that 3. And down here we now have 2 possibilities for 2. 4, 5. 2 possibilities for a 5. 6, 7. And 2 possibilities for an 8, meaning this is a 2. And that means one of these 2 is going to be a 2. Got the 1's, 2's. One of these 2 will be a 3. Got a 4. Single possibility for a 5 here, because this one's blocked here. All these are blocked with that one. That means that this is going to be a 5. This is the 8. Taking care of that square. And that also means that's going to be an 8. This now becomes a 2. We got 1, 2, pair of 3's, 4, 5. So a pair of possible 6's. There and there. Does that help anywhere else? Well, probably, but we'll come back to that. All right, over here we've got 2 possible 1's. We've got 3 possible 3's. 4 here. One of these 2 will be a 5. 6 is going to be one of these 5. 7. I've got 4 possibilities for 8's. I've got 5 possibilities for. And we've got a 9 given. Let's come back over here. I think I abandoned this earlier. Pair of 1's. Pair of 3 possible 2's. Pair of 3's. 4 is given. 5 is given. 4 possible 6's. 7 is given. Not given. Actually, we've now got the 8 and 7 locked in here. That's going to help over here, where we've got 1's and 3 possible 2's. A 3, 4, pair of possible 5's. Still have 4 or 5 possible 6's. I actually have 2 possible 6's. We'll get to Y in a little bit. 8's. I've got 2 possible 8's. And we've got a 9 given. All right. Why do we have 2 possible 8's? There's 2 possible 6's up there. Because this 6 blocks off these two, or these three. This 6 blocks off these three. That leaves these two as possible 6s here. We get a 1. We get 3 possible 2s. We've got the 3 here. And 2 possible 4s already marked. And 2 possible 5s. 6s, we've got the 2 that are marked. We now have, looks like 4 or 5 possible 7s. We won't be marking those. And 5 possible 8s. 9s, we've got 2 possibilities of, and they are already earmarked. All right, coming over here, we've got a 1. 4 possible 2s. 3. 2 possible 4s. 5. And 4 possible 6s. 2 possible 7s. Which takes out the others that would have been 4s of that. But 8s. Well, we've got 2 possible 8s. And then 2 possible 9s. Let's see, does that help me any? Anything else? Not enough, I think. Let's see, 1s. 2, 2, 2, 3 possibles, and 3s. 5, and 4 possible 6s. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is possible here. 7 is going to be one of these 3. 8 is going to be one of these 2. Get a 9. All right, let's flood the rest in. 6. 6s go everywhere. There. All right. We now have only 3 possibilities for a 2 here. We get a 3, 2, 4, 5. 3 possibilities for a 6. 7s. 8s. 9s. Okay. Up here we got 1s. 3 possible 2s. 3, 4. 5 or possibilities for 5. There are 6. 3 possibilities for a 7. 2 possibilities for an 8. And we got a standalone 1 here. Is that valid? So down here we got 2 and 3, or 2, 3, 4. We got a 5 here. Yep, we got these 2 as 6s. We got a 7, 8, and 9 here, so this is a 1. Turns this into an 8. And I believe that's correct. Let's check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6s. 7 and 9. So yes, that's an 8. 6, 2, 7, 6, 2, 7, 5. 6, 3, 6, 3, 6, 3. Okay. Let's finish up this square and see what we can come up with. We had a 1 here. 3 possible 2s. 2 possible 3s. This one can't be because this one is. 4. Those 2 as possible 4s. Let's see, 5s. 2 possible 5s. 2 possible 6s. We've got 5 possible 7s. Looks like 3 possible 8s. And where'd get 9s dropped in here? Can't be here. Can't be here. It's just these 2 for 9s. So this is a standalone 6 all of a sudden. Let's check that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, and 9. So yes, this is a 6. Ooh, this is not a 3. And this is not a 3. For a couple of reasons. All right. So we get a 7, 9, 7, 9. So this becomes a 4. This becomes a 6. 7, 9, 7, 9 here. This is a 2, not a 5. 2, 8, 4 becomes a 4. And we get these 2 8s back. That turns this into a 6. This becomes a 3, a 2, and a 1. This becomes a 2. 7, 5, 7, 5. So that's a 6. 3 and 6 here. 7 and 8 here. 7 here. 9, 5, 2 here. 5 and 7. 2 more to fill in. A 7 and a 9. 15 minutes and 32 seconds, which is a lot closer to what I normally do. So I want to say thanks for hanging in here with me. You had a good evening.